Well, when we came to Portland, and I was in machine shop, and I got my first job there, and we were here in Portland. Georgine was working in a drugstore, and I was going to school, and then I got a job, and we were really getting ahead. We felt good about our life. Georgine was happy, and I was getting there, and then I got a job, and then 2 years later, we got enough money to buy a trailer house. And this was not a mobile trailer. It was a trailer that you park and live in for 6 months or 5 years. It's got a separate bedroom, and it's almost like a semi-truck. Those days they were pretty small yet, and so it was nice, and it was new, and we could pay for it. And we bought it, wrote a check, got it, put it down in a place, and our rent was something like $18 a month, and to park it in a trailer park and have a parking spot and an address and everything. And that's when we started raising our family. Our first baby was born in that trailer house 3 years after I got out of the service. So 5 years from our marriage, we have our first child. And the reason it's so long is because of the war and being gone, and we don't want to bring a child into this world without a roof over our heads. And so we accept the responsibility for that. And so that's the way that went, and we lived in that trailer house for 2 years. And then we traded it, an older couple wanted a trailer house to retire in and cut their expenses down to the $18 a month. And they wanted to trade their equity in their 5 acres and a little farmhouse and a chicken barn and a regular barn. And they wanted to trade, and luckily, it's exactly what we needed. And here it was in the paper. And we got together, and it was overnight, just done. And it was good. So the next child was born in another house. And we were we were high rollers by then. If you can imagine coming from nothing and that humiliation I got for a gift from my dad, to 5 years later, I got a son and a daughter and a house, and then I remodeled the house myself, and I add on a garage, pour cement floor, update it, all by I never hire any labor. I do it all myself. Plaster, electrical, everything. And I have a more valuable piece of property, and then the economy goes up a little bit, and all of a sudden I got a nicer house. And then I have third person. Every one of my 5 kids are born in a different house. And it's an upgrade every time. And so, what more do you want, Then it just works. And I get better jobs because I'm learning my trade better, And so I can move up by just moving sideways into a newer industry, and that's what I did. And then I started moonlighting landscaping on weekends and nights after work. And finally I'm doing more landscaping than my competition is doing working full-time, because I mechanize, I buy tractors, and I hire people, and I keep on inventing new ways to grade and start seed and get everything done in less time with equipment and experience. And that puts me way ahead of everybody in the industry, because they all push a wheelbarrow, push a lawnmower, and drive an old beat-up pickup. And I have a trailer and tractors on it. And so I just whip them out, and then I go to town, and 8 years after I work in the factory, I quit because I can't keep up with my landscaping, and I don't advertise anyplace. My advertisement is service work and making sure that the customer is happy. I'll do anything. I do the yard over again, free. But I won't let them go away bad-mouthing me. And so that's my motto. My motto is to do the job faster and better at the same time. That's all there's to it. And to this day, I got my son convinced to do that.